This is Dungeons and Dragons, Part 1: The Adventures of Foopy, the Dwarf Assassin, and the Fierce Blackguard, Fred. I hope you enjoy.
You are searching through the wreckage to try to find something good to sell. After all, you're only 3'1".
Wait, don't forget my pony!
Yes, you have a pony. You are an assassin. You have a cloak on. Your pony also has a cloak on. Searching through the town. What do you want to do? You see burnt down buildings to the left, to the right. The only thing standing still is the stone brick town hall in the middle of the town.
I want to ride my pony into the sunset.
Alright, so your mission to go retrieve stuff from the town you've just completely abandoned. And you decide to run off along the trail until sunset occurs. Fred, you're at Mount Deblay.
Wait. Can I run off down the road to, town of, the closest town to me?
There's the town of Arp. It'll take you a couple hours to get there.
Let's do it.
Alright, you start riding. Fred, you are at Mount Deblay.
Wait. A couple hours? Shouldn't it take, a couple days because I'm riding a pony?
No, the map isn't that far. You can get from one side to the other in, a day on horseback.
Cool.
Alright, Fred, you're at Mount Deblay. You're inside the mountain, I assume, right? There's blacksmiths, there's weapon forges, just a giant town full of bliss and despair and destruction, but you don't like to mention those parts. What would you like to do? Would you like to take a look around? You know the place pretty well. You come from there. Just town hall.
If there's anything new happening.
Alright, you want to see if there's anything new happening. You go around and ask around. There's the table of old people playing chess. There's a whole bunch of knights and rogues and bounty hunters off to the side. And in a little restaurant, there's just a whole bunch of random villagers having a spot of tea.
So he's British now?
No, British, not all British. I drink tea and I'm not British. Tea is not British.
You had a spot of tea.
Oh, come on. Fred, which one would you like to go to?
I want to go to the bounty hunter, see if there's a job.
Alright, you decide to go to the bounty hunters. What you find is that the bounty hunters are actually quite nice. You ask if there's anything new going on in the town. They tell you about why they're there. They're hunting down the crime lord, Dubba Defoe. And he's been causing mayhem outside of the town. They've each been promised 1,000 gold for capturing him. Dubba Defoe. The crime boss.
The crime scene master.
You just have a baby dragon on your back just throughout all of this.
On my shoulder.
No, what if your baby dragon just went, Dubba Defoe?
The baby dragon can't talk. But you can telepathically communicate with it.
Well, no, it's not to the people.
Wait, say that again?
It talks to me, but not to the people. I'm the only one that's
yeah. So the baby dragon goes, Dubba Defoe, but only you can hear it.
Dubba Defoe.
You say it differently every time. It's great. Every time you say it different. I love it. Alright. Fred, would you like to do anything about this?
I asked if they need help with it. With the GM.
And they say if you help us capture him, we'll throw you 500 gold. We have a pretty good estimation on where he is.
And I shall help.
Alright, you mount one of their horses with them and start riding off out of the mountain.
I'm cooler, I got a pony.
Midget has the pony. Yep. Alright, as you start riding down, about a quarter mile down the trail, you take a sharp right and start riding into the woods. They tell you that Dubba Defoe's camp out is just beyond the
DM.
Yeah.
Gotta tell you something sad.
Okay,
I gotta go.
you gotta go?
Yeah.
Oh no. Alright, so it appears that...
Boy.
No, it appears that Fupi has fallen off of his pony and is receiving medical attention by passing travelers at this moment. So, we're following Fred. Fupi is out of the picture for part 1, from that one. Okay, so...
Yeah, he's gone.
He dead.
He's like, out.
Not dead, just out of commission. Alright, so... You go into the wood line, and then you burst through the trees to see, like, almost a pilgrim wooden wall made of logs, and the logs are, like, spiked on top. One of them throws a rope with, like, a lasso hoop on it over one of the spikes and tugs on it a bit. He gestures for everybody to climb up it. They start climbing it. Oh, yeah, there's about 5 of them, just so you know.
Okay. Something tells me this is going to be a really fun fight.
Oh, it's going to be
hard.
extremely fun. Alright, you start climbing up the rope. Slowly, trying to make no noise. Stealthily. After you climb up the rope, you're at about roof level on the top of the spiked walls. They're about 10 feet high. They start jumping off onto the ground, landing with an ever so graceful roll. Would you like to follow them?
Sure.
Alright. Gonna roll a die for you since you don't have one. Alright, you land. Your ankle hurts a little bit, but you don't think it's sprained. You didn't roll. You forgot to roll, so you might have hurt your ankle. You don't quite know. Adrenaline's pumping.
Yeah!
Alright, so now you're behind a few buildings. You start sneaking around the buildings. Dang, you got a 20. That's impressive. Alright, you managed to move as stealthily as a shadow, along with the bounty hunters making absolutely no noise. You eventually sneak around to the back of the main town hall building. They say, Double de Foi is in there. They say we're gonna rush around the front, kick down the door, and kill him and get out of there with his head. As proof. And maybe loot a few things on the way out.
Do you ever seen The Good, the Bad, the Ugly?
Nope.
You won't get the reference if I ever said it in my life.
I mean, I saw Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which you've been telling me to see. It's amazing.
The Good, the Bad, the Ugly has Clint Eastwood in it.
Don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
Really good actor.
Okay.
Usually a cat.
Okay. So, as you peer around the corner, there's 2 guards stationed at the door. It's a fairly big door. Fairly big building. The bounty hunters say, 3 of us go around the left, 3 of us go around the right. Because you're accompanying them, there's 5 of them, 1 of you, there's 6. And then we're going to ambush the guards and burst in.
Okay.
So, you're poised for attack. They say when you hear the whistle, attack.
Okay, so
You hear the whistle. But you hear the whistle, you charge out, then you realize it wasn't their whistle, it was just a passerby. Everybody in all the crime people and crime lords are just staring at you in the middle of the street. The bounty hunters say screw it and rush out with you. You charge the gate. You have a sword. Would you like to pull it out at this point?
Yeah, that's why I was getting in my stance.
Alright, you have your sword out. You take a swing at one of the guards. You hit him, knocking off a big plate of his armor. The other bounty hunters come up on the sides and stab them to death. One of the bounty hunters tries kicking down the door. Utterly fails, shattering his shin bone, trying to kick down the door. The other bounty hunter realizes it's a pull door, not a push, and pulls it open.
What an idiot.
No, it said pull on the side, and he just kicked it, shattering his shin. It's a giant oak door. They open it to see 6 guards on the inside with crossbows and swords, and Double de Foi sitting at the end. What would you like to? Would you like to just rush in along with the other bounty hunters?
No. I know these guys are going to get gunned down with some arrows.
Alright. So, first bounty hunter charges in, gets shot with 3 arrows and dies instantly. Second bounty hunter charges in, also gets shot by the other 3 arrows and dies instantly. The other 2 bounty hunters are now charging in. They slice down the first 3 crossbowmen. They pull out their swords. So, if you want to fight, it's now a 3-on-3. By the way, I rolled for all that. It's a 3-on-3, not including David Foix, who's just sitting back in his chair smugly.
Are there still more archers?
No, there's only 3 archers left.
Okay, I was going to pick up one of my dead comrades and start using him as a meat shield.
No, they don't have time to reload their crossbows. So, would you like to join them on a 3-on-3?
Yep.
Alright, first bounty hunter takes a swing, chops off one of the sword/archer men's arm. He falls to the ground, crying mommy. The other bounty hunter gets stabbed through the heart. But yeah, that other bounty hunter got a 1. You managed to slice one of the crossbowmen in twain. There's now 2 of you left, and 1 crossbowman. Do you continue to fight?
Kill the other crossbowman.
Alright, the other assassin/bounty hunter gets a small flesh wound on his chest, but then chops off the crossbowman's leg. He's dead. Now, it's you and the bounty hunter versus David Foix. David Foix.
Like, question, am I going to get a bigger reward because...
Oh, yeah, a giant... They were promised 1,000 each with the whole bounty. They would split it that way. So, yeah, you're getting a lot. You get about 5,000. Not 5,000, like 3,000. Alright, so...
Yeah, because I still got the guy with me and he's only 1/2.
Yep. So, you charge in, David Foix pulls out 2 fully loaded crossbows from his desk. He fires 1.
Block. That's all.
Alright, your block. Alright, you managed to deflect, his arrow utterly, completely misses. It's about 5 feet away from you since he just pulled them out. Other bounty hunter. Alright. Oh, wow. You're getting really lucky rolls. Since his crossbow gets stuck on his shirt and he shoots himself in the foot. The other one.
Wait, what?
Okay,
Wait, my friend shot himself in the foot?
No, David Foix shot himself in the foot. He got a crit fail, and then the bounty hunter got a block 20. I kid you not, these are the rolls. And he shot himself in the foot. He now drops the crossbows and pulls out 2 one-handed swords and starts running towards you, both with an arrow in his foot.
Charge.
Alright, you charge him. He charges back. Alright, you trip and fall on your face. Give me a second. The other bounty hunter tries to block for you. You now have a deep cut in your leg, but the other bounty hunter saved your life by deflecting his sword a bit. You want to stand back up?
Is someone the flaw near me?
He's like... He was pushed back by the other bounty hunter, so you got time to stand up.
Okay, yeah, stand up.
Alright. You spring into action. The other bounty hunter is now one-on-one with the Foix. Okay. They're evenly matched in skill. Neither are getting good hits on each other.
Help them out.
Right. You go in. Just a Foix, alright. Oh man, David Foix is too focused on the other bounty hunter. With one swift strike, you plunge your sword through his chest from behind.
Good job.
The other bounty hunter chops off his head, grabs him by the hair, and says, "Let's go."
We go.
Alright, so you burst through the doors with his head. All the other crime people and, people that are in the village look at you like gods because you defeated him. They all bow down to you as you run out and mount your horses. You start riding back to Mount Dublay. Alright, so I'm calling that part 1.
Thank you for watching Dungeons and Dragons Part 1. Expect more in the future.